Now that you've committed to some substantial goals, we need to think about how we're going to reach them. What kinds of changes in our methods might be required? Let's reflect a little further. How much do you remember about the other people in this class? I remember that person. I don't remember his name, but he has a mean sister. Oh, and I remember that the person sitting next to him wants to be a doctor because her sister was so sick when she was little. Anyone else? It seems that none of you remember very much, even though I told you at the start that this was important and that you were supposed to make your introductions memorable. Why don't you remember your classmates? Well, everyone sounded kind of the same. Everyone said their name and where they're from. Then most people said what they plan to major in and that they want to be happy. Since it was all the same, nobody really stood out.
I agree. No one said anything really unique, so it's hard to remember anyone in particular.
True, but you could probably have predicted that this would happen. You've all introduced yourselves in classes before, right? Yeah, sure. This is how I always introduce myself.
Right. We've all done this so many times before, and it's never important. So why would it be any different now?
Okay, keep going.
I thought about doing something more creative, but I was worried that I might stand out too much. I was worried what other people might think about me.
I was so worried about what I was going to say in my own introduction that I didn't really pay very much attention to what other people said. This is all really good. You're seeing how old habits got in the way and hindered your ability to do something you knew was important. But there's one more thing we need to get on the table. What do you normally do in class when you want to remember something important?
Usually if I want to remember something, I take notes. But it seemed weird to take notes on people's introduction. I mean, how strange is that?
Yeah, right. It makes a twisted kind of sense. If we'd taken notes, we'd know a lot more about each other, and that might make class discussion less awkward. Excellent. These are all good reasons why you didn't remember, but let's keep going. You all just said that you are here to learn certain things, like how to think critically and how to communicate well. I provided you with instructions and an opportunity that encouraged you to do both of those things, yet you didn't do them. What can we learn from this?
That our current ways of thinking won't work here?
That we need to think more critically about our own habits of learning. Nice work. I hope I haven't made you feel too bad. My point was not to trick you, but to help you see that your existing approaches to learning aren't going to help you to reach your goals. I want you to see this right from the start so that we can work together on building strategies that will help you be successful right from the beginning.
In the second reflection, we help students discover for themselves how their existing habits around learning hinder their ability to achieve their objectives. This is a vital step because it proves to the students that they have a real problem and a real need to change. It motivates them to think carefully about how they approach learning and makes them more open to changes in how they read, study, and behave in class. In the next class, we'll ask the students to define learning, helping them move beyond simplistic definitions revolving around knowledge and skill acquisition, Bloom's Level 1 through 3. Instead, we help them begin to think about learning as acquiring new attitudes, like curiosity and engagement, and building new habits that integrate what they learn into their daily lives. We have found over several years that these simple exercises have a profound and long-lasting impact on most students, increasing their academic performance by making them more self-motivated and more self-directed learners.